So the fourth encounter in Highmaul is Brackenspore.
As usual, we'll go over some general environment and fight info. We'll start off by mentioning that throughout the fight, creeping moss will spread on the floor around the arena. Standing in the moss deals a bit of damage and slows the player by 50%. If the boss or any of the adds stands in the moss, they will be healed by 2% of their max health every 2 seconds. The moss can really start spreading if your raid is not on top of this mechanic.
So in order to deal with the moss, there are actually 2 flamethrowers to which 2 mobile people need to pick up and be assigned to. These players' job is basically on cooldown to use the flamethrower and run around and clear any moss before it starts to swarm the arena. The flamethrower will heat up as you use it, and if it reaches max heat, that's not good. It's going to overheat and go on a long cooldown. You can't allow this thing to overheat, so you just need to re-click the action button or the buff in the top right corner of your screen, or depending on your crazy UI where that is. You stop it just at like 99 or like 95.
Using the flamethrower will also grant the user the buff Burning Infusion. This buff increases crit, multi-strike, and haste. This stacks up to 15 times. The stacks drop off pretty quickly, however. You're given this buff to try to make up for the fact that you're running around doing the grunt work. Druids are really good.
Yeah, druids and hunters are really great for the moss clearing. But there are also a few different kinds of shrooms. They're not ads, obviously. They're just like shrooms that spawn throughout the encounter. There are 2 harmful shrooms. The first one is the Spore Shooter, and it will target a random raider and fire a spore shot at them, which is a small green bolt thingy that if it hits the target, it deals a good amount of damage within 8 yards of the impact. So the ranged DPS need to get on these, and the few range should be running away from the stacked up group and intercepting these bolts by punching them with their face.
The other harmful type of fungus is the Mind Fungus, which will spawn on top of a raider. This mushroom will reduce casting speed by 75% and needs to be focused down as soon as it comes up.
It can be really annoying if you're a healer. There are also 2 healthful shrooms though. Both of these shrooms become active when they are healed to full health, at which point they will slowly die. You can keep them alive as long as you can heal them. The living mushroom is the first one, and it's the green mushroom, and it will heal everyone within 20 yards for a lot. This will be used to deal with the infesting spores ability, which will be explained a little bit later. You'll have to have one healer like hot them up and just slowly like prep the mushroom, keeping it close to full health. Then when the infested spores is used, then everyone spams and blows the crap out of this mushroom to get the thing up. Once this thing is up, all the healers can actually just heal the mushroom because it'll heal everyone in the raid for more than they'll be able to heal everyone else.
The blue mushroom is called the Rejuvenating Mushroom. It will increase everyone's haste by 30% and significantly increase mana regen. Try to make use of these because they help a ton. They're essentially bloodlusts.
Yeah.
You know.
For your mana.
Yeah. Sometimes, if you're lucky, a green and a blue mushroom will spawn right next to each other. If they do, then have one healer heal the blue mushroom and the rest spam the crap out of the green one.
Essentially, the raid will be stacking and moving between mushrooms the entire fight, which is just like, one big death cluster.
Mm-hmm. This fight, like Tectus, has a 10-minute enrage timer.
I don't think you'll ever hit it unless everyone's just throwing pillows at the boss. But for the abilities, Rot is the dot that is placed on the tank, and it requires a tank swap.
Necrotic Breath is a cone attack that deals a lot of damage. It reduces healing received by 99%. So obviously the boss needs to face away from the raid.
Yeah.
And healers need to top off the tank before this is used because you won't be able to heal through the damage because 99% reduction. That is a big number.
Unless you're playing as Jesus.
Yes. And tanks should probably pop one of their own cooldowns at this point.
Infesting Spores was the ability previously mentioned, and it'll be used over 10 seconds, and it does massive raid damage. This is what you'll be using the green mushrooms for.